back to the program. You're watching Morning Thailand with Kun Phai, Golf, and of course Kun Chain.
สวัสดีค่ะ
สวัสดีครับ สวัสดีครับ
Now Kun Chain, Kun Phai has threw you a bomb earlier talking about the amnesty bill. Could you please clarify to Kun Phai that we haven't talked about it?
Because I know there's a lot of bills being proposed by various sides. So what's the differences between all those?
That would be too long to explain in this tape about the
Right.
differences. But now there are 5 amnesty bills that are being proposed. But for this very particular bill that Kun Phai have talked about, the people who would like to propose this bill believe that the other 5 bills do not cover well on the victims issue, which they say is not only about their relatives that have lost their life in this case, but it's also about the civilians and the press, as well as the military officer and other state officials that have been injured and dead in this case as well.
Okay, so maybe you can talk about it later on. Right.
Okay.
But today you have like a very interesting. I mean, we talked
Yes.
about it before the show. The proposal by the Prime Minister.
Yes,
Right.
Kun Yingluck Shinawatra, the Prime Minister, has ordered the Ministry of Culture to adapt.
Like to what?
Yesterday, Kun Prisana Pongthasari Kun, the Permanent Culture Secretary, revealed that in a meeting for hearing how the Culture Ministry could adapt in a socio-economic ministry, that right now the PM has ordered to push the ministry to transform itself.
Okay.
So
But
basically,
that's the
yes.
Culture Minister.
No,
No,
permanent
the Culture
secretary.
Permanent Secretary.
Oh, okay.
She hopes for the ministry to have more participation in creating the country income and to enhance the country competency.
Enhance the country's income, like what? Like the tourism industry.
Yes,
But that would be working over.
but because she wants to attract more foreign, both investor and consumers.
Okay.
For doing that, they would use our Thai culture to persuade other
So
countries.
instead of using like places and destinations, which would actually cross with the tourism
Authority of Thailand.
Right.
They would use that too.
Okay.
But they would use the culture to attract the country to accept us more and to
Okay.
develop global competition in cultural issues. Therefore, the ministry must transform its role from being an organization that works only on preserving and conserving the Thai culture to an organization that uses the culture in developing the country as a whole.
Oh, okay. Because currently we just kind of preserving culture. So because in our very early tapes of our show, we talked about what's her name again? Bai Tei. About dressing really short, the
Yeah.
folk singer and dancing and stuff.
And
I
someone
love
from
that
the culture
song.
industry.
Exactly.
Has
It
already
came
come
out.
out.
Right.
But I would agree with the Prime Minister because it is way better to use our cultural assets that we claim that we have.
That we
A lot.
claim that we have. We do have a lot.
We do have a lot, but it's good. It's way
But
better than
what exactly?
exploiting natural
what are
resources.
we, like as
What exactly are we
All right.
going to sell?
as a good citizen, I want to know. So I can, like.
I am not sure, but if we look at the international relation perspective, we call this soft diplomacy.
Okay.
That country do not use the conventional diplomatic policy to boost their economy, but they rather use culture as a soft diplomacy tool,
For example.
such as
Culture
Korea.
Oh.
They have
K-pop.
K-pop, and famous series
Ay,
such
oh my
as
God.
Winter Love Song and Autumn in My Heart that attract a crazy
Dae
waves of,
Jang-geum. I love
tourists
that.
to the tourist attractions.
Yeah, but we gotta have like boys looking like that too. We do that. We have it here. But
At least we have Kun
actors.
Nishakun that is in
Oh,
the
yeah,
2
that's
p.m.
right.
Korean
Very-
K-pop.
Nishakun. I
and-
like Nishakun.
What I know is that we our series is very famous
In China
In
and
China and
Taiwan.
That's true.
and neighbor country as well. Apart from that, I would say many ideas is circulating in our country and as well as other Oriental countries are the idea and thoughts that initiated from the major power countries. I'm not saying this is a bad thing, but it's just to point out for you.
I'm sorry, I keep laughing because I think our producer really liked this band. Keep showing this.
The idea that I just said is about liberal democracy,
Right.
development, and human rights and such. So in doing the soft diplomacy, the countries do not have to use, they don't have to bear costs. And it works even better because they're not forcing us to accept them, but we want to be like them or associated with them with our hearts.
Right.
I know, but first thing we've got to make Thai people adores Thai series, Thai artists before selling them to other countries,
We
right?
do adore Thai series, but I think the problem with this country is they practically like, I'm sorry, but previous generations seems to try to shove it down our throat, saying that you gotta love Thai dancing or folk singing. Not everyone loves it. And when Kun Bai Tei came out with a new way to actually create folk
Represent.
singing, in a different way, she got banned. and-
Criticized.
Exactly, criticized for it. Oh, Gangnam.
Oh my god.
All right,
see,
for-
this
for-
is one very good example of K-pop who already go international.
Right. Okay.
All right.
And
now,
so-
now the ministry proposed 3 national strategies. The first is to enhance competency, which is to empower
That looks like
culture
you.
and encourage tourism. The ministry is a core unit in developing every cultural city, such as Sukhothai and its colonies, and Vieng Kum Kam in Chiang Mai, in order to increase tourists and to persuade them to stay longer in our country,
Right.
as well to develop cultural communities with relevant partners to see what strategy should be followed if we want to. If we want that tourist site to be a sustainable site. The second strategy is to balance administration and management system. Is to encourage mutual understanding between the state and local people, local official and such, especially in the 3 southmost provinces, in order to create peaceful and understanding working environment between the relevant partner.
I'm sorry, just to add, I think we have to be able to ensure that 3 southernmost provinces would be safe
enough.
to actually go in before we actually try to do this.
Yes, and the third or the last strategy is to create social opportunity and equality. Is to emphasize on entering the AEC or the ASEAN Economic Community in the cultural pillar that focuses on links between people through cultural dimension and to blend diversity in our country and that of other ASEAN member countries as well. I would say this is very challenging because almost every country in the ASEAN has ethnic, cultural, and religious issues
We've
that
got
we
more
have to work on. As well, it sounds very dangerous as I found that the third strategy is quite contradictory to the other 2.
Okay.
Because the third one doesn't sound like we want to share our community with other different partners.
Partners.
Okay.
So the ministry should conceptualize this strategy and see if they go hand in hand with the other. Because if the policy is not well formulated, it's very hard for it to work well on the implementation stage.
That's true.
Okay.
Because it sounds very confusing. Even like for the second one, in terms of southernmost provinces, I think that we're not talking about going there, right? But we're talking about promoting the culture, like in the south. The thing is, maybe that would work because we don't encourage much of the Malayu using,
Yes.
even though the fact is Thai people around the area speak Malayu
that
or
language.
Yawi or any other tribal dialect that even India has. Like, how many dialect that they have? Like, they have a lot, and they are able to. Well, they do have some troubles, but still, they're able to kind of maintain it. So maybe it's not such a bad idea. I actually like this proposal of the Prime Minister's.
Yeah, the ideas are very good, but as I say, they have to conceptualize all these ideas all
To
together.
make sure that it will be okay in
And
the
make it
implementation.
constant.
All right. Well, with that, I think we're going to wrap up the show for today and for this week. We're going to come back next week. Obviously, we, even though it's for other people, long weekends, we're not going to be here early. So if you have any more questions or comments to ask, you can email us at morningthailandshow@gmail.com or watch our playback on YouTube. What's the account? Morning Thailand?
Morning Thailand
Right?
channel.
channel. Okay, and as well, go to our
Facebook
Facebook.
page, facebook.com/morning Thailand. Click like and give a comment.
Exactly. So as for today, I'm Golf.
And ฝ้าย
Shane
สวัสดีค่ะ
สวัสดีครับ